Hey YouTube, Muchísimo Eugene, another video from Exit Strategy. Welcome. When the powers that be go unchecked in society, when the powers that be go unchecked in society, well, when the powers that be go unchecked in society, we're left with a very confused world. And to break it down as to what inspired me to make this video, let's take for example our police force, politicians, government in general. We've been taught from early on in our beginnings. Let's say a little child. You take your little child to the store or the park, and when you as an adult notice your little child, little toddler, sees a police officer, what do? Or someone in, well, most often, unless you're a police officer, what do we do? Instinctively, hey, there's a nice police officer, say hi. And so in doing this, it is indoctrinating us to accept authority as being noble, respected, above average people, thereby minimizing our individual positions in society, more or less diminishing our value and increasing their value. Total stranger, don't know him, but based on the fact he has a uniform on, we tend to pay homage, and we teach our children to do this at a very young age. And what happens when they grow up as adults, they are subconsciously trained to see a police and keep going, to see someone of status, to keep moving, to see someone of status and look up to them. Only based on title and position, not character and knowing the person. Not just what they are on paper, but knowing them as an individual on a personal basis. And who do we know on a personal basis most often that we look up to in our societies? We don't know celebrities on a personal basis. We only know what they show us outwardly. Now, who masters this more than anything? A narcissist masters this. Why am I making this video? Because we've been duped in society into believing that everything is noble, everything that we see is good, everything we see is seemingly wholesome, seemingly respectable and in authority, in uniform. We subconsciously believe in that thing or that person based on a title, based on external visuals that we see. Although we don't know them personally, we don't know a whole bunch about their lifestyle. We just know how they move amongst us. Or so we've been told. Most of the time it's secondhand information. We don't know the person directly. It's indirectly. Oh, he works over here. Oh, he's an attorney. Blah, blah, blah. What does that do for you and me as an individual once we grow up and age out and begin to start living this thing called life, start trying to attain, whether it's wealth or a career, to ascertain whether it be a car, a house, credit? We find ourselves doing the very minimal, basic to achieve these things, and all the while we think we are doing the most because we have a nice car, we have a decent house. We think we are measured up by these people around us. And in many cases, if we live in a neighborhood with somebody, say a police officer, and he's our neighbor, we associate our worth with that police officer. So being worthy in and of yourself, you associate yourself as worthy based on the fact the police officer lives in your neighborhood, rather than your worth based on the fact that the police officer lives in your neighborhood, as opposed to you living in the police officer's neighborhood. think I said that twice the same way, but you get the point. Our self-worth is greatly diminished by the fact that we are grown and we are programmed to look up to people and peers and different things based on position, status quo, uniform, or whatnot, or the hearsay. Now, to cap that off, I'm here to show you we've been awakened like cold water's been thrown on our face. You individually have worth. Your worth and how you look at your worth and the depth of what you believe your worth is will determine the type of people you attract and the type of people you associate yourself around. And it won't be these people that I just named. It'll be practical people that are doing what they have to do to get done what has to be done, not looking for any adoration, admiration, attention, and adulation. In essence, you won't seek to do narcissistic things. You will tone down the narcissism within yourself, if there be any that has become unchecked in your life. Because we don't check when it comes to authority and these things that I just named. They go unchecked. That's why when you got politicians and different things like this who fall by grace, preachers, teachers, molestation, rape, different things that you are hearing more than ever before, especially during a political season. There is always smearing going on. You can't keep up with the smearing. And even when the election is over, the motivation and adrenaline rush that people are getting off of exposing other people is unquenchable. So that being said, you guys understand that these people who we hold in high regard is nothing more than a matrix mindset that we have been indoctrinated, and we perceive good in people when we don't know a damn thing about them. So when these things go unchecked, this is what breeds a society full of narcissistic personality disorder. Children, adults, and people in position. Okay? That being said, bless.